Okay, welcome part 5 of the project. So we have seen how we train the model, and since we have already discussed that there are the services which we have trained under the train while training the machine learning models. So now in this video we are exploring this forecasting. Okay. If you see, so let's consider you are running an e-commerce store, and now you want to know how many orders that you will likely to get, let's say for next week, maybe next couple of weeks. Okay, so in order to have that particular prediction, we have this forecasting model in place. Okay, that's what this model does the job for us. So what this specific file will do, it will simply help us to build a forecasting model that learns the pattern from the historic data that we are having. Okay, since we see in a previous part 3 part 4 where we have seen how are we going to use the Postgres data, okay, and how are we going to train, how are we going to use using pandas into the data frame that we have already seen. Yeah, so let's start exploring this script, this specific forecasting model. So if you see, the first step we have import the libraries called Prophet. So this is one of a machine learning model, so we will explore this. Okay, and then we have import the pandas libraries, so we will explore this as well. So if you see the next function, that is a train forecasting, where we have used the data frame and the product ID. Okay, that is there, we can see in the train.py file. Understood? So before moving ahead, let me just help you to walk through this profit model. How does it look like, and what it actually does. Okay, so I have a couple of points which I'm going to add into anyway into the description. Okay, so just listen, or I'll help you to explain this in details. Okay, so what is Prophet? So Prophet is a time series forecasting library used to predict the future values based on the historic data. Okay. So in a nutshell, it helps us to predict the future using our the past data. Okay. Um, Prophet works with the time series data, that is for sure. And now you can see here we have a date, and we have orders. These are the two parameters required for this particular training the forecasting model. Yeah, and if you see, we have to rename this particular two column into ds and y. That is what we have given, date as a ds, order as a y, into the function. And then what are we going to do? So in a step 3 we are going to learn the patterns. Okay, this is what we're going to perform. So Prophet automatically learns this pattern in terms of the data ds and y. Okay, so now if you could see here, we have collect this information: daily, seasonality, daily, weekly, yearly. And how are we looking for a daily and weekly only? So we are not looking for yearly, since our data is only for 1 year, and we have placed this information inside the model. Okay, and then what next? If you see this fit dot model dot fit dot df, where this model is going to get trained. Okay, which is okay. So few beginner friendly stuff. One of the biggest advantage of this Prophet is that it is very easy to use. Okay, so here you can see, we have simply written the code where we are allowing to train this Prophet model on weekly, daily, and yearly basis. And then in a next step, we are going to predict the future. If you see here, the model that we have collected information here, we are passing it to the predict forecast function, which is going to using the days for 7. Okay, next 7 days. And we are making sure to predict the 7 days of information, the order specific, how much we are going to get. Okay, and finally you can see here we are going to use this returning these values ds and y hat for the days that we have picked. Let's say there are 7 days. Okay, so in a summary, Profit is a powerful and easy to use perfect predicting business metrics like sales and demand. Okay, so yeah, this is how it is. Few more use cases. Yes, of course, this particular profit model is going to be used in real world applications like sales forecasting, capacity planning, etc. Um, yeah, so this is how the profit and this forecasting model going to work. And we also have seen, like in the train.py, we have seen while we training this model, we are dumping using the job lib and saving it to the forecast underscore p1.pkl files. So let me help you to understand what is pkl files. So pkl files save the machine learning model, so this is going to save that machine learning model for us. Okay, it store everything the model has learned all about, like time series data like ds and y, that is date and order, that we have already filled in this particular file, forecasting file. So once we train the model, okay, we can use as many time as we want. We don't have to train every time the data under the pkl files. Yeah, so I mean I already explained this, how are we going to use and how are we going to see now. So now let's go for testing. Okay, if you see the testing files, so with the help of this particular dump joblib.dump, we are going to save these pkl files. Okay, after we train the model, so this particular information will be stored under this particular file. Now we are going to test the our output. Okay, so let me just run python testing, sorry, testing forecasting.py, and based on the model that we have trained and the data we have, we are going to get the prediction of the orders that we are supposed to get in the next 7 days. Let me just, okay, so let me just make it a little visible. So yes, so we have seen we have a data of last 365 days, right, until 31st of December 2023. So from there onwards for next 7 days, we have the prediction of these are the dates. Okay, this is the number of days. Okay, like 365, and the date, that is the 1st of Jan 2024. How much order likely we get. So look at the precision. So this is, if you see 127.63, this is the exact number of order we are going to get. Okay, yes, of course we can round up this output and can make it like whole number like 120, like, okay. So yeah, on for the next day, like 2nd of January, we are likely to get 121 orders. Here on 3rd of Jan 125, 4th of Jan 125, on 5th 118, on 6th 118, and 7 110. So this is how the forecasting model help us to predict the future and how we are going to use the data in the form of orders and the date with the help of this time series model, that is profit. And this is very simplest way of understanding how are we going to use the forecasting model in a real-time application. Okay, yeah, that's it. In the next video we are going to discuss about the anomaly. Okay, let me just help you to show the little bit about the anomaly model. So here we are going to use isolation forest as an algorithm. So I will discuss more on this and will explain this entire code, how this is going to be used and trained, and how are we going to find the anomaly in our system. Okay, thank you.